What is up, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode in the same day of our 6D journey. My name is Lucas, and I'm here to help us build healthy relationships. Oh, okay, so this energy is kind of sitting in me right now, and it's coming in to deliver a message of now is the time to find balance. It feels like for years, my cat. For years as a collective, we have this thing about wanting to submit to others, wanting to submit to situations so they'll work out for us, having to make a sacrifice, like I said this morning, to work itself out for us, right? Now, there's this mixed message being, I think, tossed around right now, which I want to kind of put into perspective here. When we come into relationships, we have to know whether or not that person's general vibration from within is helping us evolve. Because no matter what, every situation that shows up in our lives, this is where it's a paradox, is meant to help us evolve. Whether it be the bully or the intimidator, probably the same thing, the thief, the liar, those energies, those energy thieves show up to teach us about things. We are always on this never-ending and ever-going quest of finding what does it mean to have unconditional love? What does it mean as a human, as a person, a spiritual being, witnessing the energy inside of your vortex, inside of your version of reality through your eyes, through your body, through its divine matrix? How are we witnessing the energy around us? And what about that energy is bringing us to unconditional love? Now, every energy shows up. It's meant to teach us something, meant to help us evolve, move forward, and help us grow. That's why it's there. Then at that point, once we realize we have the lesson, and okay, this is what I'm mastering right now. I am mastering blank because of this situation, this person, this event, this place, this thing. I am evolving something. At that point, do we take the lesson and go, thank you for coming? Do we release the lesson? Or do we choose to go, you know what? I'm going to continue evolving. There are more lessons to be gained through this. There is more acceptance. There's more growth coming by being in this relationship. We have to do that every single day with so many people. And some people, we get contracts. Whether they're spiritual or physical or energetic, we have contracts with people, right? So say I get a student. A student shows up in my life in August. It's going to be a long year. I have signed up for that. From August until June 4th, when recital comes, I have that energy. Same thing with coworkers and with bosses. And the things that we have monetary gain to come from, those contracts usually are what gives people the most grief, is because they're like, I signed up for this, I want to complain about it. There's no reason to complain. You signed up, you're getting your payment for the service you are exchanging. Deal with it. Now, with our personal relationships, why it becomes so complicated is because we're used to having to give up and submit in that kind of lifestyle, in the monetary, physical, work, obligation, responsibility lifestyle. We do the same thing with our personal relationships, and we start making sacrifices for saying, I signed up for this. No. At any moment in a personal relationship, family, friend, lovers, acquaintances, when those energies are there, at any moment we can leave. And I think that mixing, and that's kind of the hard part about living in a society where we have to go and earn. That's part of our thing here on this planet. We have to go out and work and earn physical manifestations. It doesn't matter what happens here inside this plane, inside this reality, the higher dimensional plane. It doesn't matter what happens there, because you still got to go do work. Because again, contracts, right? We come here and evolve through these bodies, through these experiences to engage ourselves into unconditional, non-stopping, ever-flowing love. And I think that's part of this purgatory energy that we're having, and why so many people have so much issues with relationships, is because we get stuck in the material world matrix and the laws of duality and the laws of I have to go and do this and this and this to create this and this and this, when inside the spiritual self, spiritual energy, if we were on like a higher plane. You can call it heaven if you want. If you're on a higher plane, you manifest things instantly. I have blank. I have blank. I got it. And boom, it's there. In this reality, it's not so much like that now, is it? We have to actually go do, and we have to wait, and we have to have patience. And I think so many people that call on the line, like, if I just said patience, if that was all I said, they might hang up on me. But that's mostly all we ever need, is patience. Sit down. You're living in linear time right now. We are living in linear time that not only is moving from moment to moment of past, present, and future, but it has a collective energy of other people that came from behind us and that are going forward with us, that are here in the now with us, are also creating all the rules of our environment. You know, it's like, I've made this analogy before. If you were on an island and you were born from nothing but nature, you had no human contact to teach you how to be, anything that happened in your reality would be simply what you created. There's no pressure or reflective energy or rules or governing factors or all this stuff holding us down, right? There's just, poof, I'm here, I'm creating, I do what I want, I do what pleases me. And knowing that person is that who are you on an island is what makes you the best, safest, brightest, most... I don't want to say correct, most correct version of you. Because once you know yourself and what it is that you are, what it is you feel, what it is you deserve, what it is you think, what it is you know, what it is you are making, once you know all this list of things, then it's not complicated whether or not to hold on to a relationship. Because you look at it and go, this relationship either A, serves me, or B, no longer serves me. And even though that's dualistic and we're still polarizing energy that shows up for us as whether we should have it or let it go, somewhere in the middle of just poof, stating who you are and holding with your intention, all the relationships in your life will manifest where they're supposed to go. We'll either have the patience to make the relationship better, or B, we will let the relationship go and know that that person needs to go that way and we go this way, and that's fine and happy and dandy and grateful. So glad for showing up. Thank you for showing up. Like, that energy, like, and right now, with me talking about all the releasing of karma, like and even as I say words, I want this message to go to anyone and everyone. I'm not trying to message this down to, this is what the Buddhists think, this is what the Christians think, this is what the Jews and the witches and the Muslims and the unity conscious people and the whole spiritualists and the mediums and I don't want... This message is so far beyond all of that, because once we unify and we become grateful and grounded and happy and joyful and loving and flowing with this energy that we create through our list of awareness of who we are, our unconditional love, once we create that, it's just a matter of time before the reality shifts around you. And whether that reality shifts for you today, tomorrow, in 10 years, or after you're dead, it doesn't matter. Because if you're living here and being here, everything else around you, everything else around you is just catching up to you. You know, we have all these energies, and whether you want to call them past choices of this life, past lives is if you've woken up. Like, sometimes I think about past lives being just in this life alone. Like, I've been more than one person in this life. Like, my viewpoints, my awareness of how I perceive reality has changed many, many times. And therefore, that is now a past life energy that fueled me into this life energy. And that energy of processing it all and karma showing up, it's here. And I feel like everyone is being presented with this gigantic gift. And because of my beliefs in the dimensional system that we have and how we're constantly shifting into new realities of our own accord through our inner own co-creation with life, either you sign up or you don't. Like, you know, and the people that don't sign up for your reality, those people will slowly vanish into back there. And we're still grateful for them. We're still happy for them. We're still hoping for the best for them. We're still all positive, good vibes, right? And even then, saying positive vibes, bad vibes, it still separates into duality, which is what this does. The soul doesn't understand dualism. And wishing that everything goes as it is supposed to in divine order for the things of the past, and accepting them and going, I am here. My choices, my realities, my people, myself, my decisions have led me here. And in this moment, I just got to, again, I'm trying to escape the word better. Because better is not the right word. Because better implies worse. That there was worse. And there was never worse. And there never will be worse or better or was better. Everything just is. And when you are in divine love and resonance with what is, everything works out from perceptional. And everything is just, I'm here. God bless, guys. God bless. There's so much energy flowing. So the battery was dying on the camera. And I was like, go ahead and end the video now. You can make this end. I'm not done. So, we're conditioned, okay, from a very young age by everything around us, from our parents to teachers to media to society expectations to random interactions with strangers we're never going to meet again or we'll see all the time. We're conditioned through duality. Duality is such a huge thing, and that's honestly one of the biggest separation issues with people in relationships is they spend so much energy on working through the dualistic sides of is it good, is it bad, am I better, am I worse? And I think this message that's so hard to receive, so just sit back and energize and relax and let it come in, is that once you really define all of who you are, this list, this moral code, this honor statement, this I am present statement, when we fully embody of what we are, all those duality things really do just kind of disappear. They just kind of vanish. And it's because I have, we have, they have, we all have spent so much time blaming, victimizing, and energizing issues of lack, issues of wastedness, issues of, oh, well, if I would have just been this way, or if they could have just done this, or this should have gone out like that. And it's that dualistic of how one direction was bad and one direction was good that creates separation inside our ability to feel the genuine love that comes from our hearts into other people, and from their hearts into us. One of the greatest things you can do if you're struggling with emotional empathy is when someone's having a conversation with you or behaving a certain way or blank. Anytime there's another energy that shows up that's co-creating with energy with you right now in this situation, when that energy shows up, looking at it and going, when have I been here? And if you have been there, how did you feel? How did it go? What were your inspirations? Am I here now? I'm here too. We should relish in the things that are working between the two of us right now. Be positive here. I haven't been through this. I'm not going through this. But what if it happened to me? And energizing that, how would I feel? How would I react? How would I engage with love and grace and forgiveness and compassion with this energy in front of me right now? Because something about their energy is also a part of mine. As without, so within. If you separate yourself from something and go, oh, well, that person's being a bitch today and I don't want to put up with this, you've now accepted and welcomed that energy of when you act that way or when you did act that way, which is the most common thing. We act a certain way, someone gives us an energy we don't like, and then later, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, we get the same energy back to someone else, and we usually forget by the time that happens. Karmic debt. But in that moment, how do I go, what is the best thing to do right now with this energy? How can I embody, unify, collect, treasure, feel love right now? How can I embody, collect, and feel grace? Body, collect, feel forgiveness. How do I do those things? How do I do those things. And then from there, when you find yourself in that place of, I am now unified in my state of consciousness and awareness for what it is that I'm putting out, what my output is, when all the input starts coming in, it'll be transmuted by the love that you carry. There's just an energy today. And that's the thing about relationships. Everyone wants relationships to work. They're like, I see this, I feel this connection, I know blank. And then they separate that awareness of knowing what does work and start picking out what doesn't work. I do this all the time. And so it's part of our human awareness. It's what we do. And it's when those moments show up that you want to pick apart. If it's something petty, which it usually is, if it's something petty, then collect your energy and go, wait a minute, this is small. All the bigger, larger things have more meaning than this small, petty, indiscriminate, insignificant moment. And we, again, move into a state of love. Because I've said this before, you can be in a relationship with anyone. Anyone. It doesn't matter what they look like, how much money they have, how they make you feel right now. We can choose to be in a relationship with anyone and have a growth or an evolution or a lesson that will always come from it. And I think the most important energy about relationships from Master Yoda to me to you is attachment leads to jealousy. At all moments when you're having the relationship and you're experiencing the ups and downs, the cycles of that relationship, that unification of harmony created with another individual, release attachment. Because it's the attachment that breeds jealousy, that then will lead into grief and resentment, that will eventually just lead to greed and decay. Attachment. Love freely. Love openly. Love receptively. Love with no end. No end. And it's that unification of, I am love, here I am, this is who I be, that sets the tone for everything in the environment around you. And part of me, I don't know if this is true, it's just thoughts I have, thinks that when you finally ascend, again, ascend, descend, when you finally arrive, at that place and that energy, what happens to the rest of the world? Does it shift around you? And you become living in a utopia? Is that a thing? Because it does seem possible. I mean, when you look at quantum physics, and it talks about how particles can move and shift dimensions at any moment in time, we're nothing but those particles. Everything that makes us up is made of those particles, right? We have a body with skin, organs, bones, blood, tissue, that is broken down further into cells that each have individual functions and organs and womb. We're like a body within that has other little bodies, and then those other little bodies have bodies and electrons, and then those electrons and protons and neutrons and nucleus also have body parts. Like, it just goes down and down and down. And if we transform ourselves completely and fully into the moment of, I am unified love, I am unified forgiveness, I am grace itself, does the outside world completely and totally shift around you? Is it possible to teleport somewhere else through your consciousness? Is it? Based on the laws of quantum physics, it is. That's a thing! And so, are we going to achieve that in this lifetime with people, with ourselves? We don't know. We might. I mean, it seems like other people have. I mean, that people believe the whole Jesus story. Like, you know, he arrived, he did all this work, and then he was tortured and ruined, and then died, and then arose, and then whoop, up and away to a different dimension. Does that happen for us?